The Dallas Cowboys veterans who are most likely to become salary cap casualties this offseason. Staff, SportsDayIt happens every year. Some veterans are tossed to the side for salary cap and production issues. Which Cowboys veteran is the most likely to be a salary cap casualty this offseason? David Moore. There are two likely candidates. The first is Sean Lee. Given his age, injury history and the emergence of Leighton, Vander, Esch and Jaylon Smith, the $7 million he's currently scheduled to receive in 2019 is too high a price. But those who put the linebacker's future in the either-or category, keep or cut, are missing a compromise that works for both parties. Restructure. Take Lee down to a base salary of $3 minus $3.5 million with playtime and performance incentives that would allow him to make more. He proved at the end of last season he's willing to enthusiastically embrace a backup role. His respect for Vander, Esch, Smith and the sport makes this possible. In one respect, he views it as an obligation to pass along the wisdom and support veterans showed him when he first broke into the NFL. The second is Terrence Williams. He's scheduled to make a base salary of $3.5 million with a cap hit of $4.75 million. The club can save about $2.25 million by letting him go. NFL's Terrence Williams hit by Repo Man. Snatches WR's Hellcat. TMZ wide receiver Terrence Williams hasn't had a good year. After being suspended for a DUI and missing all of 2018 with an injury, Williams now has another problem. His car was just repossessed. The Dallas Cowboys player bragged about his 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat years ago, after he pimped it out with a custom purple and lime green, Joker-style paint job. But, apparently, the 29-year-old had some issues when it came to making payments, because the Repo Man came calling this week in Texas and hooked it up to a tow truck. Interesting, considering Williams has reportedly made close to $13 million during his 6-year NFL career. We reached out to Terrence's camp for comment. So far, no word back. NFL team needs 2019 biggest free agency draft needs for every franchise. Andy Benoit, C.com. The Oakland Raiders need to beef up their defense. Could they outbid the Cowboys for free agent DeMarcus Lawrence? Oakland's defense rotated players at every position except Tahir Whitehead's middle linebacker spot. Let that sink in. Coordinator Paul Guenther prefers zone coverage with two deep safeties, but that only works with a potent four-man rush. Rookie tackles Maurice Hurst and P.J. Hall showed promise, so consider end the top priority, but upgrades are needed almost everywhere. Best potential free agent signing, DeMarcus Lawrence. Cowboys at the right price. Cowboys should keep Sean Lee. Todd Archer, ESPN at 33 in July. With an injury history and now in a part-time role, there is no doubt that Sean Lee's deal would have to be reworked to stay in Dallas. The Cowboys will now have to determine if Lee's presence, leadership and work ethic are valuable for 2019. If money were no object, the answer would be, without a doubt. But they will have to figure out the economics, because everything has a price in a salary cap league. The benefit of his return in 2019 outweighs the concern, if the price is right. The Cowboys can reduce Lee's salary, which would create a cap savings, and then allow him the chance to earn back some of the money based on playing time incentives. When Lee signed his 7-year extension in 2013, his injury history played a role. He was coming off a season in which he had played 6 games because of a toe injury. He agreed to a deal that paid him more if he played more. He would undoubtedly be open to a similar concept in the final year of the contract. After long road, Frederick excited for spring. Rob Phillips, DallasCowboys.com. Looks like Frederick will be back in time for OTAs. Frederick anticipates participating in the start of the Cowboys' voluntary workouts. I don't know if it's going to be 100% full go. I don't if it's going to be some. We're just going to kind of feel it out sort of as we've felt this whole process, the Cowboys veteran center said Tuesday night at the second annual Jason Witten Collegiate Man of the Year award ceremony at the Star in Frisco. "I'm to the point now where I can do almost everything that I've been able to do previously," he said. "Now, am I running at my top speed? I don't know because I haven't hit that number. Am I jumping as high as I have? I'm not sure yet. But once we get back in March and April we'll get a good feeling on where things are. It's certainly been a long road, and since the season's been over I've continued to progress and things are moving in the right direction. I feel good about this spring. Honestly, we're not going to know until we get out there and start doing some stuff where exactly I'm at," Frederick said. "There isn't a great way to empirically say, this is the point that you're going to be ready to come back. We can do all the nerve tests we want, but without a baseline we don't where normal is. Everybody's normal is a little bit different. So now it's just about working in the weight room, trying to continue to increase my strength and work with the team in the off-season as far as conditioning-wise and get myself ready to try and meet at the same point as the rest of the team come March and April." Dak Prescott is very clutch at Bobby Beltics. It seems as if the 2018 NFL season showed us plenty of examples where Dak Prescott led his team down the field and helped the Cowboys win the game, either in the fourth quarter or overtime, and many started talking about how clutch the quarterback is. A comparison of career passer ratings in clutch situations offers a fascinating insight into just how clutch he may be. Don't expect the Cowboys to move up into round 1 in the 2019 NFL Draft. John Machado, Sports Day. Any ideas about trading up into the first round? Q. Do the Cowboys have any interest in trading up to the first round, or are they set at 58? Machado, I'm sure they have interest, but I don't see that happening. 1. It would take a lot. Like their second-round pick and probably a high-round pick next year. They're just too far back in the second round to move up even to the tail end of round 1. I wouldn't have any interest in doing that. 2. I don't think the player the Cowboys would get at the tail end of the first round would be worth what it would take. Nothing about this draft is overly impressive to me. The Cowboys picked a great year to trade away their first-round pick. I'd probably take Amari Cooper over any pick outside of the top 5. Under review, where must the team get better? The mothership checking into where the Cowboys must improve. Nick Eatman, the Cowboys need to get better on offense to be a more balanced team. How does that happen? They have to find ways to pick up third downs better and be more efficient in the red zone. I think a pass-catching tight end would help this team tremendously. Maybe they have that guy in Blake Jarwin or Jeff Swaim, but they'll need to develop them more. Plus, the play calls have to be better suited for Doc's ability to run. Defensively, this team is good, but more takeaways is also something that can improve. If they score more in the red zone, and increase the turnovers on defense, this can be a better team in 2019. But looking at trips to New England, Chicago, New Orleans, and with the Rams coming to town, the Cowboys might have to be much better just to get back to 10 wins again. Amari Cooper calls chemistry with Dak Prescott got ordained. John Newby, 247 Sports. Amari Cooper is really digging his chemistry with Dak Prescott. It's very special in that way, Cooper said. Not many people have switched teams in the middle of the season and reached 1,000 yards or been able to make it to the Pro Bowl. It's really special. What's truly fascinating about his 2018 season is that Cooper was off to a rough start while only averaging 3.7 receptions and 46.7 yards in 6 games. He was traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a first-round choice in the 2019 NFL Draft after only 6 games, setting up a dynamic finish to the season. Once he joined the Cowboys offense, Cooper's production jumped to an average of 5.9 receptions and 80.6 receiving yards in his 9 games. His chemistry with quarterback Dak Prescott was immediately evident and surprising to outside observers. To Cooper, however, this relationship was meant to be. When I got to the Cowboys, it just worked out perfectly, Cooper told NESN. It seemed like it was God ordained or something like that. Actually, I know it was God ordained. Me and Doc were just on the same page as soon as I got there. Chemistry-wise, we kind of knew what each other liked already.